Your name tag's on upside down. There we go. I got you.
That's all right. Wasn't until the other day when Jessica told me it needed to be on the right side.
Yeah.
I've been covering up my Selkirk logos for 6 months, so I wouldn't get in trouble.
It works.
So I'm here today with Andrew Blosser. Andrew, introduce yourself.
So I'm the personal training leader at the Easton location, dynamic stretch specialist, and I'm also a PPR professional coach.
I'm Bill Taylor. I'm the head pro here at Lifetime Easton. We've got a group of futures players that we've now got together and put a full warm-up routine, and not only for the competitive player, but for the casual player to come in and do a very quick warm-up to reduce injuries, allow you to actually get ready to play and not use that first game as your warm-up. So Andrew's going to run through, the basics of each of these exercises so we can find out what we need to do to get ready to play pickleball. So Andrew, go right ahead.
Yep. So we're going to start with a 5-minute warm-up. So we're thinking about blood flow here. So realistically, the sauna, walking on the treadmill, maybe dinking, warming up some game-specific drills that we can focus on. And then we also have a couple exercises located here on the sign, which is going to be on the walls in the facility. I'm going to use Dylan to demonstrate. So the first one is the world's greatest stretch. So Dylan is going to demonstrate. Dylan is one of our dynamic stretch specialists and a recreational player. So the world's greatest stretch, you're going to take a big step back, go down into a lunge, and you take the hand down to the ground. You're then going to rotate the other hand up as high as we can. And then rotate all the way back down, all the way back up, and all the way back down. So what we're looking for here is as much rotation out of the thoracic spine as possible to get all the ground strokes, overheads, get that shoulder and mid-back nice and warmed up. So what we're looking for here is 10 on each side. So let's say that was 10. We're going to come back up, step back with the other leg. Other hand goes down to the ground, and we're going to replicate that. So up to the ceiling, all the way down, all the way up. One thing you'll notice here is typically one side is going to feel much tighter than the other. So that shows you there's somewhat of an imbalance. We want to ensure that we are equal, left to right and front and back, to maximize our ability to play and stay injury-free. So let's say it was 10. Next up, we're going to do a hamstring scoop. Typically you see this in track and field or athletic movements, but we're going to simply scoop the hamstring and stand right back up. So Dylan's going to demonstrate 10 on each side. So what we're looking for here is one foot is out in front of the other. We're trying to reach the hips back and scoop down by the foot. Go ahead, turn to the side so they can see. Trying to get as low as we can and think one consecutive motion here. Once again, we're looking for 10 reps on both sides. Perfect. Next, we have the wall angels. So we're going to come over here to the wall. It'll be the pressing up. So wall angels, what we want to do, have the feet about one step away from the wall. We want to push our hips and our shoulders up against the wall. We're going to bring our arms up to 90 degrees. So here, think about Dylan's lower back, okay? I should not be able to stick my hand between his back and the wall. So we want to ensure our ribs are tucked, our abs are engaged. From here, we want to press up as high as we can, keeping the wrist and the elbows in contact all the way back down. That would be 1 rep. What we're looking for here is 10 slow and controlled reps. Once again, the entire time, core should be engaged, lower back is in contact with the wall. So let's say that was 10. We'll now go to 10 pogo hops. So you can do this anywhere. And the movements we already did out on the court, you can do this off to the side as we're warming up. So pogo hops, we're going front and back and side to side. So what Dylan's going to demonstrate is right foot only. We're going to do nice little pogo hops front and back. So go ahead and go. So we're just bouncing forward and back, trying to stay up on the ball of the foot. We want to keep that knee soft. So what we're going up and back counts as 1 rep. I would like to see 10 reps, and then we would switch over to the left side. So now left foot. And once again, as you can see, Dylan, we're getting the upper body involved. We want to be very dynamic with this motion, trying to put as much power into the ground as possible. Let's say that's 10, we're good. Now we want to go side to side, so back to the right, and we're just going the lateral hop over and back. Once again, we're trying to get the proprioceptive muscles warmed up. We're trying to get the body ready for play. And then we would go back to the left leg. Very nice, Dylan. Once again, we want to stay active on the ball of the foot. Whatever leg is in contact with the ground, we want that knee to be soft. And 10, perfect. Kneeling T-spine rotation. So we mentioned this with the world's greatest stretch, your T-spine, so your thoracic spine, so we'll go ahead and show them. So it's your spinal column where the ribs are going to insert into the vertebrae. So you have 12 ribs, so we want to make sure that that T-spine is very mobile. So Dylan's going to demonstrate. We're going to go down on one knee. If you have sensitive knees, you could take your shoe off and you put your shoe underneath your knee. Dylan's a little sensitive sometimes, so we're going to make sure we're ready to go. Arms are going to be straight out, shoulder height. Whatever leg is up. So in this situation, Dylan's right leg is going to be up. We're going to reach back with that right hand, straight arm. We're trying to come all the way back and all the way back in. That would be 1 rep. What we want to see here is if Dylan was up against a wall, so you could do it up against the wall if you wanted to, or if you're at the park up against the fence, we want full reach back, all the way back in. What we're looking for is 10 reps. Let's say that was 10, now we would stand up. We're going to switch knees. You can keep the same shoe, whatever makes you happy. And once again, whatever knee is up. So now the left leg is going to be up. We're going to rotate to this side, all the way back, all the way in. One thing we want to think about is whatever arm is up here, stay still. Go ahead, reach back, all the way back in. Very nice. And what we're trying to do is reach all the way back. So our arms are in a straight line, abs should be engaged, and we're nice and tall. So let's say it was 10. Go ahead and stand up, put your shoe back on. Last exercise we have for you will be a 1 minute or as much time as you have yoga squat. So go ahead and go about 45 degrees to the camera. We want feet just outside hip width. We're going to bring our hands in like we're holding on to a kettlebell. We're going to squat down as low as we can. And with the yoga squat, we want our elbows to be inside of our knees. So we try to get as low as we can, and we're pushing out against the knees to get the hips to open up, to give the lower back and that mid back, that thoracic spine, as much of a stretch as we can. If you have knee issues, we don't want to go much lower than what Dylan is. If we have the ability to, we would like to take the hips all the way down, chest nice and tall in upright position. And once again, we want to hold this for about a minute. We're doing this at the end of everything we just demonstrated as the final stretch to get a lot of blood flow into the joints, the ligaments, and the muscles. So once again, like Bill said at the beginning, get you ready for gameplay to prevent injuries and to be able to allow a little bit more performance out on the court. So once again, this will be located here in the facility. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to Bill, myself, or Dylan, or any other dynamic stretch or pickleball instructor. Thank you guys.